Hi, I want to continue our demonstration by showing you the third amazing property of healthy living water. And I've got a couple of demonstrations that I'm going to do to explain to you and articulate the restructured property of this water and the health benefits associated with this restructured property of living water. Now, these are just tomatoes. You've probably seen them at your local grocery store. You know, the cap says, you know, peel and enjoy. Put them on your salad. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put some of these in a glass. I'm going to put living water in one of them. We're just going to rinse them in living water. Okay? And let that sit for a moment. And then in the other, I'm going to rinse with tap water, just like you probably do right now. Okay? We're just going to let these sit for a moment. And while these are sitting, I'm going to conduct another demonstration using some tea bags to show how hydrating this water is. So I'm going to fill this first glass with regular water, and I'm going to fill my third glass or cup with just regular tap water. And then I'm going to fill the other two with super hydrating living water made from our living water appliance. Okay? Now, while our tomatoes are sitting over here, this is a Yamamoto green tea bag. Green tea, you probably have it at your home. It's an excellent source of antioxidants by itself. So I'm just going to drop this tea bag into, this is regular tap water. Okay? It's room temperature tap water. Okay? And it's making, you know, it's turning a little green. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same tea bag and I'm going to move it into the living water. And notice how quickly the nutrients are drawn out of the tea and how quickly it makes tea. Room temperature, no hot water, how quickly that made tea. I just inserted the tea bag into a cup of living water. Now you might say, well, it was already wet because it was in the first one. Let's take it back into the regular tap water, and it just lost its ability to make tea. Why is that? Okay, so now let's take it from the tap water, and we're going to go back into living water, and you'll notice that all of a sudden it regains its memory, and it now knows how to make tea at room temperature. I mean, that's absolutely amazing, but what's amazing are the properties of the water when they're generated by this healthy living water appliance. The water is restructured so that it becomes super hydrating and cell quenching for our bodies. I mean, this is the type of water that your body is craving but has most likely never experienced. And that's because our bodies evolved to appreciate very small structured water. And when water goes through the process of being municipally reclaimed and piped to our homes, it loses much of its natural energy, and molecules clump together to share electrons, thus making the water kind of clumpy. And you can actually tell the difference from tap water if you were to take a cup of tap water and a cup of living water and you just taste some, slosh it around in your mouth, and you can kind of feel the resistance. The tap water or any of the bottled waters or reverse osmosis waters, they might be a little rough going across your tongue. When you contrast that, when you take a sip of healthy living water, it should just be smooth and super hydrating and very slick across your mouth. Now, so let's get back to these tomatoes. They've been sitting in water for a second. So let's take a look at what do we have here. We have tomatoes from the grocery store. This represents all of the produce at our grocery store. The EPA allows farmers to coat these fruits and vegetables with with oil-based pesticides. And that's so that the fruits and vegetables can make it to market. Okay? If they were water-based pesticides, the rain would rinse them away. So, but the challenge is that once they get to market, you know, we have to be responsible for cleaning that stuff because we don't want to ingest those pesticides and those contaminants. So I've taken this glass, and I've just rinsed it with regular tap water. And as you can see, you know, we have it's slightly turned, maybe it's picked up a little bit of the contaminants off of the tomatoes. And then we're going to take this, these are the tomatoes washed with living water. And they've only been in there for a moment. And as you can see, the tomatoes rinsed in living water have removed the contaminants and some of the pesticides from the food. It just makes it's a healthier choice when it comes to what you're going to feed to your family. So I encourage you to consider healthy living water. It makes a significant contribution to your health, to your family's health. I encourage you to try living water and feel the difference.